All right, buddy, it's time for the End of Chaser Spirits and Beer Pairing Show. It is Wednesday, September the 10th, 2025. Jersey Johnny coming at you with me, as always, is none of the Mr. Whiskey Whisperer. How are you tonight, Tom?
If I was doing any better, I just couldn't stand myself, Johnny.
I hear you. I know what you're saying, and I agree. So, cool. We're jumping into something we've been meaning to do for a bit. That's all right. That's all right. Your stand likes you. It wants to be close.
Yeah, my stand tipped on me. Hold on a second. Not sure what
Like
just happened there. There we go.
just adds character to the show.
Damn studio.
Uh,
There
all
we go.
good.
Good Lord, I'm not sure what happened. Oh, my thing popped out there. Shit.
I hate it when my thing pops out there.
You have no idea. God damn it.
There we go. So we've been
Good
meaning
Lord.
to do this show. It's cocktails we've been meaning to pair. Just there's a couple of cocktails that we have on our radar. Maybe we've had them before, and we've been meaning to pair them with a beer, or just plain old do them on the show, right? So this is one of those nights. This will be the equivalent of the just the two of us on the beer
The last
podcast,
drug standing.
right? Exactly. So I've been meaning to do this one and pair this one. I only had a sip of it once, but I'm intrigued by it. Might actually play around with it a little bit as I drink it too. So I'll explain when I do it. But Tom, why don't you tell us what you're doing tonight while I put this together?
So yeah, we didn't have a lot of communication, so I kind of put it together on the fly. But I bought 3 products from the Muff, the
Hey,
Muff,
that's fine with me.
the Muff Liquor Company, if you will. So, anyways, they had a deal. If you buy all 3 products, they run about $38 a piece. But if you buy more than 2, you get $3 off per product, and shipping was free. So they have 3 products available: an Irish whiskey, a gin, and a vodka. So I decided to pair 3 cocktails using the Muff liquor.
Very nice. That's a good idea. I like
So
that.
I've got I've got the Irish whiskey, the vodka, and the gin. I decided to go with the gin. So here's what I've got. I'm calling this trifecta, if you will. Gin. We're going gin, vodka, and then whiskey. So we're going to call it dry, dirty, and neat.
Dry, dirty, and neat. I like that. Dry, dirty.
So I've got the gin dry, which means I haven't added any vermouth to it. So it's just gin with a slightly torched lemon peel,
Nice.
just to bring out the aromatics in the cocktail. So very pure. Oh. So tell me about what you're drinking, sir. I know you've got a very complex cocktail going on.
So I'll put a little bit more, just another quarter of an ounce in of this. Then I'll explain. Hold on. There we go. All right. Yep, there we go. All right. So I was up in Portland about a month ago, and one of the people I was with ordered what they called, it was a bar called Blythe and Burroughs, just up from 4th Street in Portland, and we're in the speakeasy part of it. It was really cool. Right, busy front bar. Walk up a couple of stairs and you go to this back bar, and it was packed. And we were talking to one of the bartenders, and they're like, and there was nowhere. They didn't have standing room out there, right? It wasn't that kind of place. It's a cocktail bar, right? So, if you either sat or you waited outside till you could sit, even at the bar, right? You couldn't even be too deep at the bar, right? Just the way it was set up, and it was kind of narrow in there anyway, so I understood, right? But we're talking to one of the bartenders, and he's like, "Why don't you go in the back?" And we're looking around like, "Where the hell's the back? I don't see the back." He goes, "See that bookcase behind you?" I'm like, "Yeah." Push it open.
Oh, one of those kind of places.
Push it open, and you walk down about 5 stairs, and you're in this back busy bar. It's the speakeasy part of it, right? You got to know.
Oh, nice.
He let us in the know, right? So walk down it, and we're in the back, and back there it was have at it, right? Whether if you got a seat at the bar, if you got a table, great. If not, get your cocktail and stand there. That was fine. It was Probably not. It was a little too overcrowded back there, if you will, but it was kind of cool. And within 3 minutes of being back there, we were about to order our drinks at the bar, and a table got up. We sat right down. Good, perfect, done. Anyway, so one of our party got a drink called Old Dog New Tricks,
Mm-hmm.
and it was banana liqueur, but good banana liqueur, like not 99 bananas or anything like that.
Yeah.
Banana liqueur, Fernet, brown sugar, and lime juice. And I wanted to pair this. I wanted to do this cocktail, and I had one of these beers left. And what I said to you before, I completely forgot. It was almost the main reason that I wanted to do. One of the main reasons I wanted to do this. I had one of these left. It's from Westbrook Brewing Company. It's beer to drink when it's hot outside.
Oh,
right?
wow. Okay.
It's a corn lager with key lime puree in it. So I wanted to do this with that. So I'm going to open this beer up while I'm doing it. But on that note, I have made the cocktail right there. All right. No garnish. I didn't go garnish. One, timing wise, after getting home from work, to prepare the garnish wasn't a good idea, right? But it wasn't.
Yeah.
But you know what? I mean, other than the only thing I could think of is toasting a couple banana slices and throwing them in.
Yeah. If you had a little torch, yeah.
A little torch, maybe a dried lime
Torch them up,
wedge.
yeah.
And I'll work on that. I'll do that because I plan on doing this in the future. This is really good. But anyway, so I used fresh squeezed lime juice. I always use fresh squeezed lime juice.
Nice.
Got to use your own. And I used.
Sometimes I'll cheat and use Nelly and Joe's key lime.
There you go. But I used I used dark brown sugar, which we always
nice.
Have.
Oh, that's very nice. Yes.
Driod banana liqueur, the French banana liqueur, which is fantastic, and from up in Boston, actually Everett, Massachusetts, just north of Boston, Short Path Distilling, their Fernet, which I've used on the show before, and we were up there on this trip too. We stopped in Boston on the way back from Portland. So anyway, I just wanted to pour this, and we take my obligatory picture of this particular beverage, and I'll leave it in that. That's fine. You'll see why I said that in a second as soon as I show you the glass, but.
Oh, nice. All right.
Obligatory picture. There we go. And it is, I poured it into New York Giants.
Oh, there you go.
All right.
So how was your day?
There you go. So hold on,
how was your day?
Yeah. Let's leave that alone. We're talking about Sunday, not today.
I didn't get a chance to talk to Dave about the over-under yesterday.
Yeah, I can. Oh, that's very tasty.
Well, we got a couple messages in. I just want to say hi to Vanessa. She says, "Hi, Whiskey Whisperer." Hey, thank you, Vanessa. Nice of you to tune in. I appreciate it.
Hi, Vanessa. Thanks for tuning in again. Tuned in last night, and we're on the sports podcast later too. If you want to tune into that too, so we're on as well. And
she's very loyal.
She's very loyal, and she said, "Hi, Whiskey Whisperer." Yes. Vanessa, thank you so much. We love it when you tune in. This is fantastic. This is the bananas coming through, but not a lot. The Fernet kind of balances it out nicely, but there's nice lime notes. There's nice citrus notes coming through, and that brown sugar, the muddled with the lime juice is really. This is a really clever, cocktail. I mean, the base spirit in it, I guess you could say, is the banana liqueur, right? But.
So can I ask? So the banana liqueur that you're using, what's the ABV on
it? The ABV on it is 25%, so it's 50 proof.
50 proof. Okay, so that's your highest proof in there. And the Fernet is what?
The Fernet's higher. Fernet is 80 proof.
Oh, the Fernet's 80. Okay.
Yep, it's 40%.
So that Fernet gives you those big herbal notes, right?
Big herbal notes, yes, big herbal notes. I want to.
So you've got that banana keeping it in check, then I'm guessing.
The banana's keeping it in check. What I want to do is I want to drink a little bit of it like this, and then I want to when I get about halfway finished with it, I want to drop just a little bourbon in it and to see what that brings out in it.
So I'll be honest with you, I wasn't familiar with Fernet at all until I went to Columbus, Ohio last year, and found out that Fernet is big in that area. All the bartenders have a Fernet drink. So I forced myself to try different things, even though it wasn't really for me, to try to get used to the flavors and figure out why they were using it.
Nice. Nice. Yeah, it's definitely, I mean, it falls into the categories of the Amaros, um, and Campari, and just it's a bitter herbal liqueur. It's got a couple of different, it throws a couple of different notes and aromas than those do, but it falls into that category. I just want to put Vanessa's next comment up. She said, during her years with the United States Air Force, they used a banana oil and a peppermint oil for testing the seals of respirators. That's it.
Oh, that's interesting.
Very
Okay.
interesting. That's interesting. You know what? I did I was in the fire service, and we definitely tested the seals of SCBA, self-contained breathing apparatus, and respirators as well. And there was an oil that we used on the respirators, but I don't remember ever, getting to use a banana oil or a peppermint oil. It would have been interesting. And she just commented again. She says, Banana smell stops being detected fairly quickly by humans as they inhale it. At several different mass fittings, you must switch up to, say, peppermint. There you go.
Oh, okay. That's okay.
I get what they're talking about now.
Okay, I do. Yeah, that's very interesting.
Yeah, so they're putting it out there.
Peppermint.
You need a good seal. I couldn't, Tom, you or I couldn't get a good seal because
It's like having a safe word.
right,
Yeah, no, I couldn't with
because
this.
of our Beal.
So I've got one
beard.
friend that keeps telling me that I need to keep this, but it's driving me crazy because my OCD, I don't feel like it's growing in even, and it really bugs me.
You know what? Beards take a lot of work. If you're gonna grow it in and have a full beard, like a lot of people in our industry do, right?
Yeah, but I can't grow hair like you do. I can't get. Yeah, I don't have that. I'm guessing if you shaved it off completely in a week, you would still have a noticeable beard.
Oh yeah, in 4 days I would have enough that would.
But see, what I have now, Johnny,
it still wouldn't be this, but it would be enough to be considered a beard. Yeah.
What I have right now is 3 months.
Oh my God. Okay.
That's what I'm saying. So I've made a decision. I'm going to let it grow to the end of September, and if I don't like it, I'm trimming it down.
But yeah, anybody, even somebody that can grow a lot of beard hair, right? It takes a lot of work. If you're gonna, because I keep this tight. Yeah, sometimes it gets a little long, but then I keep it tight.
Yeah, you got a great look because you can see that this grows in full for you. But right. I've got so many bald spots in here that it doesn't grow in even.
Right, I got you.
And it just sometimes it feels like nobody notices it but me, but I notice it.
I hear what you're saying. Yeah, this is definitely it does take, if you're growing a full beard in though, no matter who you are, it takes a lot of work between beard oils, beard butter, obviously.
Yeah,
more beard oil, right? Brushing it, combing it, washing it, scrubbing. You get basically, because whiskers, your beard, your mustache, it's all hard hair, right? It's all coarse hair.
Do you blow dry it out?
No. It's I don't actually. When I wash it, I just towel dry it.
I've been trying to blow dry it out to try to get it to go straight. Otherwise, it just goes curly as hell.
Oh, well, that's it. The more you brush it, right? You got to get a little. I mean, a mustache comb works good. It's a little bit longer for a beard, but you could, if you brush it as you wash it, you put the beard oil in it and you brush it. It kind of trains it to grow in the right direction. But it does take a lot of work. It's not just something you could just wash.
But this is 3 months.
That's when it's going to be all over.
3 months. This is all I got after 3 months. I'm not sure it's worth it.
Oh, yeah. See how you like it. The end of September.
So I'm going to go to the end of the month without messing with it. I'm not trimming it, not doing anything. And we'll see what it looks like.
There you go. And Vanessa just said, "You both look fine." Thank you very much, Vanessa. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Cheers.
You give us old guys some props. I appreciate it. Yeah. I guess we both have wives that stick with us for some unknown reason.
There you go. Exactly. So, how's your cocktail?
So this is very nice. In fact, I'm about ready to grab number 2. So again, I want to keep this one very, very simple. With the dry gin, using the I'm not sure I showed you that bottle of gin here. This is another one from the Muff Liquor. It's an Irish gin, and the reason I bought it, I was kind of embracing my Irish heritage because both the gin and the vodka are made with potatoes. So it's Irish gin with potatoes. They're both 80
gin made with potato. That's interesting.
Yes, it's a potato gin and a potato vodka. So I want to do the gin. I was going to do the vodka first, but no. But the vodka I've got dirty. The gin I've got just dry. So I wanted to do it first because it was pure and clean. I'm going to grab the dirty here real fast. I'm going to jump off camera and grab there in just a second here.
Go for it. Go for it. Bring it up. Yeah, I'm going to drink a little bit more of this one, another sip or two, and then I'm going to pour. I'm going to pour a little bourbon in it, and see how that works. I might like it better with a little bourbon. Not a lot, just obviously at this point we got half a cocktail here, and it's gonna be a little less once I take another sip. But we're gonna try it and see what it is. Plus, that also allows me to use some other extra ice I have, and once I finish the cocktail, I can have a little more bourbon.
Okay, so here I got that vodka, and because a good vodka is nice and clean. I wanted to add something to it. So here's what I did is I've got this Irish vodka crafted with potatoes. It's an 80 proof vodka. Let me show that to you.
Mhm.
And but I've used olives that were in, well, I use these Bloody Mary olives, I guess I should say. So,
Okay.
so I've got a dirty martini
Mhm.
with olives with tomato and bacon in them. If that makes sense.
That's really you know what? Tomato and bacon and olives. I might have to find those. Are they? Is that a local thing or is that something?
No, it's Tillin Farms. I bet you can get them in your neck of the woods.
Okay. Tillin
Right,
Farm.
sure. Yeah, if you can, I'll send you the link to them
Yeah, shoot me the link to it. I want to check it
because
out.
they're not local to just me here. But I don't know if they're across the nation or not. But I'll let you know.
All right, definitely. I wanted to wait till you got back while you're tasting that and forming your opinions. Vanessa sent us a couple other comments. I just want to put them up. She said, like my leather projects, the care and feeding of the leather is important for its longevity, 100%. And
Yes.
then she said, 63, soon to be 64. And she said, Irish gin, interesting. Yes. And what's that one? I've seen it a lot lately. The gunpowder, right? That's an Irish gin.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's an Irish gin. I need
Yeah.
to try
Here's
that.
the thing:
I've heard good things about it. I need to try that.
Irish gin isn't as unusual as a lot of folks think it is. So,
Mhm.
so a lot of Irish products started as poitín, which is just a very strong neutral spirit. Then kind of got watered down into vodka, but then you add botanicals and other things, and it becomes gin. So it's easy to turn the poitín into gin,
I hear you.
which is how Muff got started.
Which is how Muff got started. Well,
Yeah, well, I mean, that was their story as they started. That's how the muff started. I didn't mean it to sound like that, but nevertheless, I will say the muff is very tasty.
I will say that too.
I like burying my face in the muff,
There you go. Sorry, folks.
among other things.
We couldn't resist. We
I
apologize.
couldn't. Anybody that knows me knew I wasn't going to let that go.
Exactly. So, there's one more comment Vanessa put up. If she's still with us after those comments, she said,
Thanks, Vanessa. I
bye,
appreciate you
Vanessa. But
putting
she
up with
said,
me.
I currently have Neft vodka on hand. It's made from rye. Now that's interesting.
Oh, see, that is interesting. Yes.
So, I'm very interested in that. Now, here's the thing, right? And we've talked about this on the show a couple of times. I really don't drink vodka. If there's a reason for it, or if it's in something, or if somebody hands me a cocktail made with vodka and whatever, I'm going to try this. I'm not going to not try it, right? But I don't go out of my way to have vodka. I haven't gone out of my way to have vodka probably in about 30 years. So maybe even a little longer. But in any event, you know how big a rye fan I am. So a vodka made from rye is very interesting. I'm going to have to write. Okay, you're going to send me the link for those olives, right, Tom?
I will. Yes.
All right, send me the link for that. I'm going to write down this Neft vodka.
As soon as we're done here, I'll look up Tillin Farms for you. They make a lot of interesting olives. I use another one that's just a lemon peel in
olives. Yeah, I've had
lemon peel and dry vermouth.
Oh, okay, gotcha. But this is awesome. She also just wrote, thank you, Vanessa, for giving us some content. Here we go. So I have a reflux still made in Texas on my list to buy eventually. Hold on. She said Neft is sold in small cans that look like miniature 55-gallon barrels. That's interesting. That's pretty kind of cool.
Oh, I've never seen that before. Yeah,
Right.
it's pretty
And
pricey. Or
yeah,
pretty nice stuff.
and the Neff is pretty nice stuff. There you go. So I'm gonna have to jump into that. Listen, I do want to point this out really quick. This popped across my my news feed, if you will, the other day. Tom, I want your opinion on this before I put Vanessa's other comment up. I want your opinion on this. I'm trying to figure out who this guy looks like. So this popped in. This is an older picture. This is from the 80s.
Oh
and
no!
I want to know who does this guy look like? Who is that guy? Who
Oh
does
my
he,
God!
who does he
That
look
guy
like?
looks like he was very overindulgent and spent a lot of time
In
in
Tijuana?
Hollywood nightclubs. Oh my God!
The
So
young whiskey whisperer, folks.
that was
Like
me
that,
in
he was probably the vodka
1987.
whisperer,
Believe it
right?
or
So
not.
there you go.
Look at
Okay.
that hair! Isn't that hair?
Look at that hair.
Is that? Tell me that's not obnoxious.
No, that's not
What's the word
obnoxious.
I'm looking for? Pretentious hair. What kind of
Pretentious?
person?
No, not pretentious. I wouldn't say that's pretentious.
I will
Would
tell
you?
you that it took me an hour to blow dry that hair back in the
Hey,
day.
I can imagine. I can imagine. Well, you know what? I'll give you this. I'll give you this. Um, Here you go. A picture of you in '87. Here's a picture of me in '86. Hold on one second.
So I will tell you. See, I know you were or are actually a keyboard player. I was a keyboard player back in the day. That was my look.
There's me in '86. How's that? So
Oh wow! Look at you. You already had the mullet
had the mullet going and all. Right there you go.
back in '86. Look at
86.
you.
There you go. So there you go. But Vanessa just said,
Will you believe my waist in that picture was a 27?
20. I was I was a 30. I was a 30.
That was a
So
27 waist in that picture. I will also admit that I owned a pair of black and red parachute pants.
all right. So what we're gonna do is going up on the End of Chaser, we're gonna put these pictures up, and just for shits and giggles, we're gonna get a picture of Dave from the mid '80s too. And put that up.
Oh, that would be awesome.
So Vanessa wrote, "LOL, the '80s. After my first 6-year enlistment, I was complete. I moved to the Bronx in New York City. There you go." And she said, "Your recipes are always a fun time." Thank you, Vanessa. We really appreciate it. We
Thank
have
you.
fun with these, and we're still doing it. And Dave's still involved. We're still gonna work. We're still working on that cocktail book. It's going to be probably about a year right now. We said next year when we talked about it earlier this year. So, but we're still working on that, and we're going to put it on the Chaser cocktail book. She said then she worked for the Pfizer Corporation in Manhattan. And she was a member of a private club in New York City those days as well. Very nice. Very
Wow.
nice. There you go.
Vanessa, I mean, I'm not I'm not pushing, but if you want to show a picture from about 86, 87.
Yeah. Send it in. Let's see. I'm gonna just drop a little bit of bourbon in this just to see how it
There
plays.
you go. So what
Just a little
bourbon are you
bit.
putting in there?
Yeah, that's just gonna show you. I'm not using any crab bourbon, so this is a little Michter's.
Oh, well, yeah.
Michter's.
Michter's is not your run-of-the-mill bourbon, but yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Michter's straight bourbon. Michter's is one of my favorite distilleries. You know how I
Michter's
am.
is nice.
I have my straight rye. I have my barrel strength rye. I have bourbon.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm still debating whether or not to spend the money on a bottle of 10-year rye. It's so good. It's so fantastic, but it's so expensive. I don't know if I want. I mean, it's $250 for a bottle. I could get 5 really good bottles of rye or bourbon. I could get 3 amazing bottles of bourbon. That's not to downplay the 10-year rye. It's even better than those, but you know what I mean. All right, so let's see how this.
So like me, do you find yourself buying more rye as you get older?
I do.
Because I grew up a bourbon drinker, but the
Oh my
more I
God.
try rye, I find myself gravitating more towards rye. And as I say that, it's not just rye; it's a higher percentage of rye. I mean, I currently have on my cart a rye that's 100% malted rye, and that thing is just gorgeous.
Yeah. I need to find one of those. I've had a couple in the past. I need to find a 100% malted rye, and it's fantastic. This is,
Oh
by the
gosh,
way, what I should have done from the get go. This is fantastic with the bourbon in it.
adding that little bit, yeah, okay, because when you were describing it, I felt like it needed a little more body.
Yep. This bourbon is the bourbon. Just it literally accentuates everything, but rounds it out nicely into a
Yes, so
really
that
good
makes
cocktail.
sense. That makes sense. Yes.
This is good. Next time I do this, that'll be the base spirit with everything else. That's fantastic. And I'll have to come up with another name for it, and I'll post it when I do the cocktail. I'll put up a picture of it and post the name, and of course that
You
cocktail
you
will
you
be
you
in
had the rye. You've got more of a bananas Foster kind of thing going
it's
on.
kind of a bananas Foster kind of thing because the caramel from the bourbon is
Yeah.
yeah, absolutely. That's fantastic. That's fantastic. Love it.
So that's what you call it, bananas Foster.
Bananas Foster. So that's your that's the gin one. That's the second, right?
Vodka. Vodka was second. Gin was first.
Gin was the first one. The vodka was the second one. Gotcha. Awesome.
Gin dry, vodka dirty, whiskey neat.
Whiskey neat, and the whiskey's next. Very nice. Very
Dry, dirty, and neat is how.
nice. So dry, dirty, and neat. Oh, that's true. That's what you did say. That dry, dirty, and neat. I like it. I like it. Dry gin, dirty vodka, neat bourbon. Love it. Love it. Love it. On our next show, we are talking about our next two shows right now.
Yes.
Okay. So on our next show, we've been challenged by Mr. By Mr. Doug, Mr. Douglas Smith, to do
Yeah, we haven't heard from him tonight. Yeah.
tiki drinks.
Tiki drinks. So
Tiki drinks, and
that'll be October 1st, right?
that will be that because yes, we'll have to do that. We have to talk about the date, but yeah, it'll be in there. But we'll do tiki drinks are next on the next show we do.
Okay.
And that's gonna be fun. I'm definitely gonna I'll make two that night. I'll make two that night. One's definitely gonna be a Singapore sling. That's for sure. So we'll work on that. And then the show after that we do, why don't you tell everybody who our guest is going to be? We're going to have a guest on that show.
Okay, so assuming everybody's dates work out, I've got a guest lined up.
Dates appropriate, and dates can.
And assuming he's available on that particular date is Seth from Pez Whiskey Reviews. He's rather well known across the country, but he relocated to my neck of the woods just shy of a year ago. So, and him and I have become very good friends, and he's got this amazing whiskey room that I was invited into. Anyways, I'd like to do a show with him to talk about all of his products. I don't know what the theme exactly will be. I know he's mostly a neat whiskey drinker, but he does like some cocktails too. So we'll figure something out as we get closer to that date. But man, this guy knows whiskey more than anybody I've ever met in my life.
I'm fine with doing that show with a couple of neat and maybe some rocks or something like, but just the whiskeys. No cocktails, no creation.
Just pure whiskey.
Just pure whiskey. Well, and if all three of us happen to have one of the same whiskeys, obviously, or bourbons, rye, whatever they are, we'll have it together. But if not, if we do two or three, and we're all separate. Obviously, we're doing this virtual. We're all in different places. What we call it. So we can have. So let's hypothetically say we have three. All right, 3 pours. All right, we can have 9 different whiskeys on the show, and that would be pretty cool. That would be a first. That would be good.
That would be awesome, actually. Yeah. I mean, I've been in this man's whiskey room and sampled. We did the one night I was out there. We did 26 pours, and they were probably quarter-ounce pours, in all honesty. But I was there for 6 hours. And it was just one of the most amazing experiences of my life because we weren't just drinking whiskey for the sake of drinking whiskey. There was a pour, then we all talked about how we felt about that one. There was no hurry. I mean, it was just an amazing experience. This guy's got world-class whiskey.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, we saw those pictures. They were fantastic, and we were all jealous. We're like, oh, we got to get to this whiskey room.
Yeah, this guy is amazing, man.
So Vanessa put up a couple of comments. Whatchamacallit? Let me go back. Oh my God, I will. Oh, I got to go back to this one. Here we go. She said, a book, I will buy it then. Thank you, Vanessa. We will. We're looking at about a year. We're maybe a little less, maybe end of next summer.
Yeah, that
Between end of
hopefully,
next
yeah.
summer, end of summer, mid fall. That's where we're looking next year for that. But it'll be a nice cocktail book. When she said, I was not always a simple old retired math teacher. There you go. When she said,
I've never ever thought of you that way, Vanessa.
I've never thought of Vanessa that way ever. No, not at all. She says she does like rye, as we all do. It's fantastic. I love rye. I love rye. And she said the first liquors I ever had at a far too young of age was tequila and rye. You know what? I got to be honest with you. I probably, tequila was definitely one. I grew up. My father had he had a rec room, so he had a bar. It wasn't a wet bar or anything else, but he had them. And unbeknownst to him, I dabbled. Right. But I definitely remember tasting rye, and even at a young age liking it. And obviously not drinking a lot of it because who at a young age could drink a lot of rye, right? But it was very good. And then she said, rye brings her back to her very young age. You know what? The stories about it. I remember talking about it with people and talking about bourbons, talking about rye, and having that. I mean, I was so interested in it back in when I was an early teen and mid-teen. I remember buying cocktail books, and not even drinking, right? Not even like at that point, but just reading up on cocktails and mixology and the history of bourbons and ryes and whiskeys and Irish whiskeys and Scotch and everything else. Loved it. Then she said, Bananas Foster made at home usually comes out pretty tasty. You know what? I'm definitely calling that. You know what, Tom? I'm definitely going to do that. The next time I do this cocktail, it's going to be with bourbon. Same one I made, but with bourbon. Okay.
It'll be Bananas Foster, yes.
And it's going to have, and I'm going to toast a couple of banana slices and put it in there and call it Bananas Foster.
Use a high proof bourbon and set it on fire.
It's exactly what I'm going to do. And then she said, tiki drinks. I made some absolutely huge Mai Tais on New Year's Eve not ever. I'm sure she meant Eve, New Year's Eve in 1996. Vanessa, that's fantastic, but I don't remember my invite.
So I want to throw this out there, Vanessa, and you don't have to accept, but I want to say, in fact, I'm going to catch Johnny by surprise here. But since you are, you seem to have a hand on the tiki drinks. If you would like to be a guest for Tiki Drink Night and have tiki drinks with us, that would be awesome.
We can talk about
that. There's no pressure. There's no pressure. If you don't want to be on camera, that's fine. But if you would like to, that would be awesome.
There you go. Maybe we'll even get somebody else to come on the show too.
Yeah, that would be. Yeah, that somebody else would be very nice too.
Yeah, there you go. So, so she also said tequila in the shade tobacco fields at age 14 while learning cigar rolling. Oh my God, Vanessa, please. You could have called me up. I would have rolled the cigars and then had a few. Oh my God. And she said, LOL, I was permanently medically retired U.S. Air Force in February 96. There you go.
Wow.
There you go. Anyway. All right. So next show's Tiki Drinks. We'll be back to you with a date for that one, because in the calendar way, the way we do this show, the next show would be Wednesday, September 24th. However, Wednesday, September 24th just happens to be somebody's anniversary.
It is, yes.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know that I would, dear. I need to not. We're not going to celebrate tonight. I have a show to do. I'm not ready to be divorced after 31 years.
No, you don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. And Vanessa's been rolling cigars ever since. Oh, Vanessa,
oh gosh.
I'll trade you one of the books we do for a couple of the cigars you roll. How's that? There you go. We'll work on that.
Vanessa, you'll be stealing Johnny's heart.
There you go. So we're going to push the date. We're going to pick the date. It's probably going to be a week later, but we'll figure that out. but we'll let you know right on it. In fact, we'll let you know in the post that we put up with our 80s pictures and Dave's as well, and whatchamacallit, and then we'll put up the dates that we're going to do those shows on, as well as Seth from was it Pez Whiskey, right? Yeah,
The Pez Whiskey reviews, yes.
Reviews, yeah. So we'll do that. So did you pour your neat?
I do. I got it ready right here.
There you go. There you go. Very, very nice.
I had that off in the wings because it's neat. You can just sit for a minute.
Yeah. Just looking at up. Okay. Just checking on the status of the Sports Boys.
Oh, is your show ready to go?
It's ready to go in about 5 minutes. So we'll finish
so
up.
We'll wrap this up.
We'll wrap it up and go from there. But whatchamacallit? Oh my God. I do have to put these up. There you go. She said, check out Leaf Only in Middletown, Connecticut for all your cigar rolling fun. Vanessa, you there? I'm taking a ride to Middletown. I got to stop. I'll stop by a couple of friends on the way up, and then bring you some beer too.
Nice, very nice.
And she said the whole leaves they offer are exceptional from around the world. Oh my God, I'm taking a ride to Middletown, Connecticut.
All right, do what you got to do, Johnny.
You got to do. There you go. Anyway,
I don't smoke because I like to drink and I can only afford one bad habit at a time.
I know. Well, we did that Saturday night after all the hullabaloo and everything else. We had the after party, and that involved bourbon and cigars.
Yeah, very nice. Very nice.
That was until probably close to 4 a.m. So I was quite hungover on Sunday. So that was fun. And she said she lives next to, there it is. She lives next to Bradley International Airport. I got to get up to Middletown, Connecticut. I got to go to the store. I got to go up there. Yeah, Leaf Only in Middletown. I got to take a ride up there. All right. This was cool. We found a couple of cocktails. We found a couple of pairings. Very nice. We set up our next shows. Tom, you was it Muff Distilling again? Where is it?
The Muff Liquor Company.
The Muff Liquor Company.
The Muff Liquor Company. There's a little pause there. The Muff Liquor Company.
The Muff Liquor Company.
Anyway, I'll tell you, I
wonder why they came up with that name.
I haven't found anything I didn't like about the Muff. That's all I'm going to say about that. I've loved all the Muff flavors, all the aromas, everything about the Muff I found enjoying.
All right. Well, that's an open. Everything about the Muff. There we go. Put that up there. All right. So anyway, on that note,
they're out of Donegal, Ireland, I should point out.
There you go. Here we go. And she did say, to wrap up Vanessa's comments, go into their sitting room and inhale at Leaf Only. It brings me back to tobacco barns and as the tobacco's cure. Oh, damn. Absolutely. Sitting room, not sitting. There you go. So there you go. All right. So we're going to do that.
All right.
Sorting room, not sitting. There you go.
That's okay.
There you go. Please, autocorrect really, really freaks me out.
I know.
Gotta love it. All right. On that note, we will wrap up the show for today. We want to thank everybody for watching. For those of you just listening to the audio podcast, thank you for listening. Don't forget to visit our website. All of the End of Chaser info will be at www.loggerroom.com. That's LEGERROOM.com. And please remember, like us and follow us on Facebook at End of Chaser. And of course, all the shows are available on YouTube as well on the Logger Room channel. Remember, we go live with a video podcast on Facebook and YouTube every other Wednesday around 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time. And for those of you who just want to listen to the audio podcast, you can do so on our audio host, Spreaker, as well as iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Odyssey, Audible, Google Podcasts, Amazon Music Podcasts, TuneIn Podcasts, Castbox, Deezer, Podchaser, Listen Notes. Pretty much anywhere you can find an audio podcast, you will find the End of Chaser podcast. And if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to one or more of those feeds and you'll never miss a show. Again, thanks for following along with us. Have a great rest of your week. Have a wonderful weekend. Tom, it's always a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Absolutely. We'll pick that date. We'll post it on Facebook. Drink a lot of cocktails and beer. Pair them well, but drink responsibly. And we'll talk to you in 2 or 3 weeks. We'll see what the date is and we'll post it up. Thank you. And see you later. Cheers.
Sláinte.